Josh Green here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined by Matty Hatton here in Sheffield. How are you doing, Matty?
I'm good, thanks. All good.
Yeah, good to hear. Time again for Campbell Hatton to lace up those gloves. Back in 2024, first title. Huge opportunity and big times for him.
It is, yeah. 14 fights under his belt now. Fight number 15 on Saturday. And I think it's the right time to push him forward. Central area title. I would like to see more area title fights. Some of these baubles people fighting for these days. I do like area title fights, and you saw yesterday just at the press conference what it means to the guys, you know, local rivalry, local pride at stake. So yeah, the right way forward, I think.
I was going to say lots of fighters tend to go different routes these days, but I spoke to Campbell yesterday and he said right from the start of his journey he wanted to take that traditional route where area title will go through the English, the British, and then work his way up if he wants it. Is that something that was on your mind as well?
Absolutely. You know, both myself and his dad won the Central Area title, of course, and I think it is the right route to go down. And James Flint as an opponent who happens to hold the belt, that's the kind of opponent that I wanted for him and that we wanted for him to push forward. You know, a step up. Who's going to come and fight, come to win. So I mean, it's going to be a good fight.
A bit of back and forth yesterday at the press conference, a few words exchanged. Do you like to see that as a trainer, or would you rather it be a bit quieter?
I don't mind. You know, the fighters have got to be themselves. You know, Jimmy Flint, you know, he had a fair bit to say yesterday. Actually, I was quite surprised. You know, there's been lots of fighters, you know, use that card, you're not your dad, you know, won't be the first, won't be the last. Again, that one, he might think it rubs Campbell up the wrong way. It doesn't, it just motivates him even more.
As Campbell sort of, when he hears words like that, does he take that a bit differently now as when he may have done in the first, second, third fights?
Yeah, we're all learning as we go on, aren't we? We're all getting more experience, and Campbell might have took a dislike that to earlier in his career, but certainly not now. Even though he's still only young, he's getting more and more experience, getting better all the time, and he'll hear that several times down the line. We're always going to hear that line, aren't we? So it wasn't original.
For Campbell this year, it's first title obviously on the line on Saturday night, but what are the plans generally for 2024 with Campbell?
Yeah, obviously we've got to take it one fight at a time. You know, you can't look past your opponent, but you've got to look what's in the future, what lies ahead with a good performance and a win. So again, you talked about the traditional route. I heard Eddie say it yesterday, English title, and if Campbell wins on Saturday and wins well, that'd probably be the route I'd like to take him down.
How good has it been for Campbell to sort of not just stay in Manchester? He obviously made his debut out in Gibraltar. He's had those big experiences in London as well. He sort of had a full tour of the UK, really. Is that something that's good for his profile and good for experience as well?
Yeah, good for his profile, good for his boxing, good life experiences. The more places you can visit, the better. And Campbell likes getting out and about on the road, so I can't fault Matchroom. They've been fantastic with Campbell. Got him, you know, fighting different countries. He's boxed in Bilbao, he's boxed in Abu Dhabi. Probably we'll look to get another international fight in hopefully this year, all being well. So Matchroom doing a great job with Campbell, and he's enjoying the ride.
A couple more things I'd like to get your thoughts on. Canelo Alvarez, latest opponent confirmed, Jaime Munguia. What do you make of that fight?
Great fight, absolutely great fight. I mean, Munguia, a brilliant fighter, and I think Alvarez is coming to the end. And I think it's just a great fight. You know, you've got the up-and-coming rising star Mexican and Canelo, who's been at the top of the tree for a long time. So, great matchup. And I know Canelo will be highly motivated for this. He won't want to lose against a fellow countryman. And it's a brilliant fight, but I fancy Canelo.
Do you feel like that one's been bubbling for quite a while, but now is the right time to pull the trigger on it?
Perfect timing. Far too often we see it in boxing, they delay it, the fights happen far too late. It's a perfect time to make that fight.
What were you saying about Canelo sort of coming to the end? How much do you think he actually has left to give to the sport?
I think he's definitely coming to the end, but he's still a brilliant fighter, and I still think he's got he's got good performances left in him. How long he wants to go on these days, I don't know. How motivated is he? He's earned a lot of money from the sport, a lot of big nights, but he'll be highly motivated for this one. So he can carry on for quite a bit longer, I imagine, if he wants to.
One fighter that always gets linked is Dimitri Bivol after that first fight and the loss that Canelo took. When the names were mentioned for the next Canelo fight, it was Munguia, Berlanga, obviously Benavidez was in there as well. But Bivol not mentioned quite so much. Do you see that as a fight that can still happen, or?
No, I mean, Bivol won the first fight. Those names that you mentioned there, I know we've seen the Bivol fight, haven't we? He could possibly reverse it, who knows? I think you probably would favour Bivol if they boxed again. But from a fan's point of view and a spectacle, them names that you mentioned there make for much better fights, don't they? So that's who I'd like to see. Munguia would be top of my list, and we're getting it, aren't we?
Final couple of things for you. We saw last week, 2 weeks ago now, out in Saudi Arabia, CONOR BENN against Manny Pacquiao. Certainly one that came out of the blue. When you first saw that, what was your initial reaction?
Pacquiao's a legend of the sport, isn't he? And I had to Google it actually to find out how old he was, 45. So I understand, you know, it makes commercial sense. He's a legend of the sport. It's not a fight I'd like to see.
Is it worrying that we've only seen Pacquiao out once in around 5 years? I think that was against Keith Thurman. We don't know what he's got left. We don't know how much training he's done, what his diet's like, and how much he actually has to give against somebody who's pretty much in their prime in CONOR BENN.
Yeah. Again, I don't like to see it full stop. These legends of the sport who've retired, been on the sidelines for so long, and coming out, I think it does damage the legacy. I just don't like to see it. He's been a wonderful fighter. He's boxed at such a high level. Duck no one. I hope he doesn't fight CONOR BENN. I don't want to see that.
Final question for you, and here's the final question. Anthony Joshua back in stunning fashion against Francis Ngannou. Terrific knockout. What did you make of that?
Fantastic. I've always been an admirer and a fan of AJ. You know, credit to Ben Davidson and the team as well. He looks so much settled, so much more settled, doesn't he, at Ben's gym? And I always thought his issues were mental, not physical. You know, and I thought it was a fantastic performance. You know, he's fighting regularly now, building that momentum. You know, he's changed trainers, he's been here, there, all over the show. He seems really settled with Ben now, and I hope he stays with him. I'm sure he will. And he was fantastic, wasn't he? And some great nights to come.
The best Anthony Joshua under Ben Davison we've seen, do you think?
Without a doubt. You know, credit to him and his team, you know, to Ben and the whole training team. The proof's in the pudding. He was fantastic and sets up some more big nights.
Matty, cheers for your time. Really appreciate it.
Nice one.